Hi dear students, good morning. So in the last class we discussed about our lesson 3 states of matter, and in this chapter we discussed about what matter, then different states of matter and their characteristics. So what do you mean by matter? Matter is anything which has occupies space and has mass, and matter exists in three states: solids, liquids and gas. The solids are definite shape and definite volume. Liquids are definite volume but they do not have definite shape. And the third state, that is gas, and the gaseous state do not have fixed shape and also they do not have definite volume. Okay, and now today we are moving to study about the balance quotients in the same lesson, that is changes in states of matter, then kinds of changes and dissolving substance in water, which means how to prepare a solution and which are the components of solution and what are the types of solution. Okay, so here our first topic is changes in states of matter. Changes in states of matter. So the states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. These are the three states of matter, and we can transfer or convert one state into another by heating or cooling. For example, the solid state of water is ice. Ice is the solid state and water is the liquid state, and water vapor is the gaseous state of water. Here we can change these states of water into another form by heating or cooling. For example, if we heat ice, then it changes into water. So by heating, ice changes into water. Again we heat the water, then the water changes into water vapor. By heating, water changes into water vapor. And if we cool water vapor, then it converts into water droplets or water. So if we cool, it converts into water vapor. Water. If we cool water vapor, it converts into water. Then again we freeze the water, then it converts into ice. In this way, we can change the states of matter. Here you can see that if we heat ice, then it changes into water. Then the water is again heating, changes into water vapor. If we cool water vapor, it changes into water, and if we freeze water, then it changes into ice. In this way, ice is the solid form. If we heat solid state, it changes into liquid. Again we heat the liquid, then it changes into gas state. If we cool the gaseous state, it changes into liquid. Then if we change liquid state, it changes into solid state. In this way, we can change or convert one state to another form. Okay. So if we heat solid, it changes into liquid. Liquid on heating, it changes into gas. And gas on cooling, it changes into liquid. And if we freeze liquid, it changes into solid. So these evaporations. Okay, so in this way we can convert one state of matter into another. And there are different processes including the involving the changes of changing state of matter. And the first one is evaporation. Evaporation means if we heat water, it changes into water vapor. And the process is called evaporation, which means water is the liquid state and water vapor is the gaseous state. If we heat liquid, it changes into gas and is called evaporation. So evaporation means the process of changing liquid into gas is called evaporation. The process of changing liquid into gas is called evaporation. If we heat liquid, it changes into gas and the process is called evaporation. And if we freeze if we cool the gas, then the gas changes into liquid by cooling is called condensation. If the liquid changes into gas by heating is called evaporation, and the process of changing gas into liquid or cooling is called condensation. And the process, if we heat some solid, is directly converted into gas and it is called sublimation. For example, naphthalene. If we heat naphthalene is a solid state of matter. If we heat naphthalene, it changes directly into solid without changing the state liquid. It directly changes into gaseous form and it is called sublimation. For example, naphthalene. If we heat naphthalene, it directly changes into gas, so it is called sublimation. Okay, so let's see what are the difference between evaporation, condensation and sublimation. So the first one is evaporation. What is the spelling of the word evaporation? E-V-A-P-O-R-A-T-I-O-N. Evaporation. So evaporation means the process of changing liquid into gas on heating is called evaporation. The process of a liquid changing into vapor or gas state is called evaporation. The process of changing liquid into vapor. The process of a liquid changing into vapors. Process of changing a liquid into vapor is called evaporation. For example, if we heat any liquid, it changes into vapor. That is, vapor is the gaseous state and it is called evaporation. When we heat liquid, it changes into gaseous state and it's called evaporation. So evaporation means it's a process. The process of changing a liquid into vapor is called evaporation. And heating, and the process is called evaporation. And the second one is condensation. Condensation, C-O-N-D-E-N-S-A-T-I-O-N, condensation. So what will be condensation? Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. Evaporation means the process of a liquid changes into a gas state is called evaporation. And condensation means the process of changing gas or vapor into liquid or cooling is called condensation. The process of a gas changing into liquid is called condensation. The process of changing a gas into gas into a liquid is called the process of changing gas into liquid or cooling is called condensation. If we cool gas, it changes into liquid and is called condensation. Okay, so if we heat liquid, it changes into gas and it is called evaporation. And if we cool the gas, it changes into liquid, it is called condensation. Okay, so the process of changing a liquid into gas on heating is called evaporation, and the process of changing gas into liquid on cooling is called condensation. And the next one is sublimation. Sublimation is S-U-B-L-I-M-A-T-I-O-N, sublimation. Sublimation means when we heat a solid, it directly changes into gas state and it is called sublimation. So if we heat any solid, it directly changes into gas without changing liquid state and it is called sublimation. So the process of a solid directly changing into gas is called sublimation. The process of a solid, the process of a solid is directly changes into gas. The process of a solid directly changing into gas. Directly changing into gas is called sublimation. So sublimation means it's a process and here the solid directly changes into gas and is called sublimation. For example, if we heat naphthalene and the naphthalene directly changes into gaseous state. So it is called sublimation. So these are the three changes in states of matter: evaporation, condensation and sublimation. evaporation, condensation, and sublimation. So these are the three changes in states of matter. Okay. And evaporation means the solid changes into liquid or heating is called evaporation. For example, solid state is ice. When we heat ice, it changes into water. Its liquid state, that is water, and for example of evaporation. Then condensation. Condensation means the process of changing gas into liquid or cooling. The process of changing gas into liquid or cooling is called condensation. For example, water vapor is the gaseous state. When we cool water vapor, it changes into liquid state, that is water, and so the example for condensation. Then sublimation. Sublimation means when we heat solid, the process of changing a solid directly into gas state called heating, and this is called sublimation. Example, naphthalene. Okay, so when we take some naphthalene balls and then we heat it and it changes directly into gaseous state without changing liquid state. Okay, and this is called sublimation. So these are the three changes in states of matter: evaporation, condensation, and sublimation. Okay. Then the next topic is kinds of changes. There are two types of changes: physical changes and chemical changes. Kinds of changes: physical changes and chemical physical change and chemical change are the two kinds of changes. So which are the two kinds of changes? Physical changes and chemical changes. So physical changes means physical change is a reversible changes, which means if we convert ice into water, then we can get back water into the state of ice. So it is called reversible changes. Here no new molecules are formed, new substances are not formed, and it is called physical change. If we heat ice changes into water, and if we cool water, we can change it into ice, which means there is no new substances are formed, and such types of reactions are called, or such types of changes are called physical change. Chemical change means there are new substances are formed. It's an irreversible process. For example, if you take a piece of paper and if you burn the paper, types of reactions are irreversible because we cannot get back into the old form. So that are called chemical changes. Okay. So physical changes are reversible changes. Reversible changes, which means we can get back it into and chemical changes are irreversible changes. And here in a physical chain, there are no new substances are formed. Okay, in physical changes, no new substance formed, but in chemical changes, new substances are formed. Okay, new molecules are formed. Here, no new molecules are formed. Okay, and no new molecules are formed. In physical chain, there is no new molecules are formed. But in chemical chain, there is no new molecules are formed. New molecules are formed. So these are the difference between chemical changes and physical changes. So if we convert ice into water, it's a physical change because we can get back water into ice. So such there is no new molecules are formed. So such types of reactions are called physical changes. The chemical changes means if they are chemical changes are irreversible changes because if we take a piece of paper, then it's burned, which to produce ashes and we cannot get back into the old state. So these are called chemical changes and here new molecules are formed. In a chemical change, there is no molecules are formed. Okay, so these are the difference between physical change and chemical changes. The next one is dissolving substances in water. Before that, you take your textbook and take the page number 147. I will read the text. Listen carefully. Changes in states of matter. Here is your portion. Changes in states of matter. When you keep ice trays filled with liquid water in the freezer, the water turns into solid ice. If you keep the ice cubes outside after some time, they change back into water. That is their liquid state. So water is the liquid state of water. Then if you boil water, it changes into gaseous state called water vapor. Therefore, you can observe that on freezing, freezing means a cooling, water changes into ice and on heating it changes back to liquid water. On further heating, this liquid water changes into water vapor. This process is interchangeable. So if we heat solid state, it changes into liquid state and again we heat the liquid, then it changes into gaseous state. If we cool the gaseous form and it changes into liquid, and if we cool liquid, it changes into solid form. Which means the changes or changes in states of matter are interchangeable. Then take the next page. Similarly, solid wax melts down on heating and becomes liquid wax, which on cooling solidifies again. If we heat some wax, that is solid form, and if we heat solid wax, it changes into liquid wax. Then the liquid wax is getting cooled, it changes into solid state. So we can conclude that with the change in temperature, the states of substances change. With change in the states of substances also change. Which means if we heat solid, it changes into liquid. Again we heat the liquid, it changes into gas. Like this, with temperature, with the change in temperature, the states of matter is also changes. Here you can see that ice is the solid form. When we when we heat ice, it changes into water, it's a liquid form. And if again we heat liquid water, it changes into vapor. And if we cool vapor, it changes into water. Then if you freeze the water, then it changes into solid state. Okay. Then the next topic is, and here we studied about 3 types of changes in states of matter: evaporation, condensation and sublimation. So look at your textbook. You have learned about the process of evaporation and condensation in the water cycle. A liquid changes into a gas by evaporation. Similarly, a gas changes into a liquid by the process of condensation. And sublimation means solid changes directly into gas. It is called sublimation. Here is sublimation, about sublimation. When we take naphthalene balls out of our woolen clothes after winter, we find that the balls have become much smaller or even disappeared. This here is solid has changed directly into a gas without converting into liquid. This process is called sublimation. So a solid changes directly into gas state, it's called sublimation. Then kinds of changes. There are 2 kinds of changes: physical changes and chemical changes. In physical changes are reversible changes and there is no new molecules are formed. And in chemical changes, it's a irreversible process, there is new molecules are formed. For example, burning of wood, burning of paper, etc. are examples of chemical changes because there is new molecules are formed. Then the next one is dissolving substances in water. So water is known as universal solvent because they dissolve many things. If we take some sugar and add it into some water, then we get a solution of sugar and water, and it is called a sugar solution. Okay, so to prepare a solution, we take 2 or more substances, and here we prepare, if we want to prepare sugar solution, so we take sugar and water, then we add some sugar into some water, then we get the sugar solution. Okay, and here you can see that sugar is the solid state and water is the liquid state, then we get the solution, that is sugar solution. And here sugar is called the solute. Sugar is the solute and water is the solvent. Okay, sugar means to prepare a solution, if we take smaller quantity and this is called the solute, and the substances that we take in greater quantity, that is called the solvent. Okay, so solution and solution, solute and solvent. If we add solute to a solvent, then we get a solution. Okay, to prepare a sugar solution, we take sugar and water, then mix it well and stir it, then we get the solution of sugar, that is sugar solution. And here sugar is the solute and water is the solvent, and we get the solution, that is sugar solution. So what do you mean by solution? Solution means solution is the mixture of solute and solvent. Solution is the mixture of solute and solvent. And solute means a substance that gets dissolved in the solution is called a solute. For simple way, if we to prepare a solution, we take the mixture of solute and solvent. So what do you mean by solution? Solution means a mixture of solute and solvent. A mixture of solute and solvent. Then solute, what do you mean by solute? A substance that gets dissolved in a solution. Solute. A substance that gets dissolved in a solution is called a solute. Then solvent. Solvent means a substance that dissolves the solute is called a solvent. A substance that dissolves a substance that dissolves the solute in a solution. The solute solution is called a solvent. So solution is the mixture of solute and solvent. Solute means a substance that gets dissolved in a solution, and solvent means a substance that dissolves the solute in a solution. For example, to prepare a sugar solution, we take sugar and water to prepare sugar solution. Here sugar solution is the mixture of sugar and water. Sugar solution is the solution and this is the mixture of solute and solvent. So solute is the sugar and water is solvent. And here sugar is the substance that gets dissolved in the solution. We cannot see the sugar particles on the solution because it dissolves in the solution. So this is called the solute. And the substance that dissolves the solute in the solution is called the water. So water is called a universal solvent. Water is called a universal solvent. So these are the difference between solution, solute and solvent. Then the next one is solutions. Different types of solutions. There are 3 types of solutions. Solid liquid solutions, liquid solution and gas liquid solutions. Types of solutions. So the 3 types of solutions are solid liquid solution. Then liquid solution and gas liquid solution. Here solid liquid solution also. Alcohol in water is an example of liquid solution because the solute and solvent is also liquid. And gas liquid means solvent is liquid and solute is gaseous state. For example, oxygen gas in water is an example of gas liquid solution. So these are the three types of solution: solid liquid solution, liquid solution, gas liquid solution. So third lesson is over and now we are moving to our exercise portion. So take your page number 151. Which of the first one? Take the correct answer. Which of the following is not a solid? The options are clay, honey, chalk and cook. Which of the following is not a solid? Honey. Honey is not a solid. Then second question, this is a state of matter. Which is the state of a matter? Liquid, solid, gas or all? All of them are states of matter. So the option D. Then third question, which of the following is soluble in water? Option stone, salt, rice and sand. Which of the following is soluble in water? Salt. Salt is soluble in water. Then the last question, which of the following has a fixed volume? And here stone, air, perfume and smoke. Here we can see that air, perfume and smoke are gaseous state of matter and the gas state do not have definite volume and stone is the solid state, so it has definite volume. So the answer is stone. Then fill in the blanks. First question, matter is made up of tiny particles called molecules. M-O-L-E-C-U-L-E-S, molecules. Then the second question, a solid dissolves in a dash to form a solution. A solid dissolves in a liquid to form a solution. Third question, matter having a fixed shape and definite volume is called solid. Matter having fixed shape and definite volume is called solids. Then the space occupied by an object is its volume. The space occupied by an object is its volume. Then true or false question, liquid has a definite shape. Is it true or false? Liquid has no fixed shape. So the statement is false. Then second question, the process of changing a solid to a gas is called evaporation. The process of changing solid to gas is called sublimation. It's not evaporation. Evaporation means the process of changing liquid into gas. So the statement is false. Then third question, the molecules of solids are held together very loosely. The molecules in solids are very closely packed. So the statement is also false. Then the fourth statement, gases do not have fixed volume. It's true, gases do not have fixed volume. Then the last statement, matter exists in three states. Is it true or false? It's true, matter exists in three states and the three states are solid, liquid and gas. So third lesson is over and remaining questions give reasons for the following statements and answer the following questions. Then we send to your WhatsApp. And here in this chapter we studied about matter, states of matter, then changes in states of matter, that is evaporation, condensation and sublimation, and kinds of changes, and there are two kinds of changes, physical changes and chemical changes. Then about solution, solution is the mixture of solute and solvent, and we also discussed our exercise portions. Okay, so you read your textbook and the textbook reading is very, very important, and if you have any doubts ask me. Okay, so today let's wind up our class. We will meet with another class on next day. Okay students, study well, have a nice day. Thank you.